So I will never forget the first time I heard these four words when it truly shook me to my core. They were spoken with such authenticity and intensity. At the time, I was around 6 years old, getting ready to start my first vault with my fabulous Dorothy Hamill haircut, thanks Mom, lined up on the vault runway and started running to the best of my ability. After a brief circle of my arms and a strong jump on the springboard, my hands landed on the vault and I flew forward, more similarly to Superman than to a gymnast, and landed absolutely flat on my face. I remember feeling complete and utter disappointment, defeat, and embarrassment. And as I got up and peeled myself from that mat, I walked over to my coach with tears streaming down my face. And I remember looking up to him, and he changed everything for me, from wanting to quit to wanting to go again, with these four words. He said, "Amanda, I believe in you." And so as I walked back up the vault runway, wiping every single tear from my face, I grew an ounce of courage and confidence that I could do it again. You see, he changed everything for me simply by those four words. And I was able to get back up on the vault, go and complete a very successful vault. And I went on to have I was a successful high-level competitive gymnast. From that point on, I've been highly aware of that phrase and the significant impact it has in the life of every single person it's spoken to. With every athlete I come in contact, every personal and professional relationship that I have, it is a key factor on people going and doing incredible things. So the goal is to transition belief into believing. Communicate "I believe in you" to those you see potential in. Advocate to others for believing in them, providing opportunities and opening doors through believing in others, and ultimately believing in yourself. When I unpack the continuous cycle that has unfolded every single time, I have noticed a beautiful recipe that happens with 3 ingredients. But before I dive into that, I want to share a story that brings tears to my eyes just thinking about it. Last July, we launched Sports to Suits Live, where weekly I have the opportunity to highlight former athletes and share their success from sports and how they're leveraging that in business. I've interviewed athletes from high school, college, professional level, and even Olympic level athletes, and every single one of them talk about not only the belief that they have in themselves, but also the belief that other people have in them are key critical components to their success. In one of my favorite episodes, I was interviewing an Olympic track and field athlete, and he came to tears when he shared with me a contract that he had written with his mom at simply 10 years old. He shared in tears how critical his success was in seeing that just by the belief that his mother had in him. And he went on to become an Olympic gold medalist. Let's dive into these 3 ingredients. 1, you must be willing to accept these words from other people. I can't begin to tell you the time that people communicate "I believe in you" and the other person pays little to no attention to it. Those words, when spoken, are incredibly powerful and a seed that somebody else is planting in you. I would consider this planting the seed. 2, you must have trust in the other person. This can be your kid, your spouse, your friend, your employer, your business partner, but you must trust what the other person is saying to you. And 3, you must find belief in yourself. You must be able to take those words from other people, trust that they are pointing you in a good direction, and take that and grow that into whatever it is you're trying to do. You see, belief doesn't always start from ourselves, but oftentimes gets initiated from other people. I can't think of a better example to share how this has evolved than to share this story with you. The first time I was required to give public speaking, I was terrified. I remember I was in college and I was required to do a talk on the topic of my choice. And when I walked up to the lectern to give my speech, I cried. Like the gymnastics example in front of all of my college peers, I was completely embarrassed, utterly defeated, and vowed to never do public speaking again. For years, I decided to take roles that required me to not even lead small topic discussions. But I got an opportunity from an employer that provided me with this incredible, incredible opportunity and said, Amanda, you're gonna have to do a little bit of public speaking. So I trusted in him that he was guiding me in the right direction and providing me with an opportunity that if I grew the skill sets needed, that I could do whatever I needed to do. In March of 2020, my daughter's school got destroyed by the tornadoes that ripped through Middle Tennessee. My full-time role eventually turned to part-time into entrepreneurship, and entrepreneurship requires generating leads in ways that require being front and center. So I took all of the lessons learned and all of the belief that was poured into me through my corporate role, and I used public speaking as a way to drive leads and opportunity for our organization. But every single person we came into contact with, my husband, my kids, our peers, our friends, they all poured belief that we could actually do it. Since then, I've gone on to be on a TV show, given multiple conversations, and I'm here on this stage in front of each and every one of you. If you take anything from this conversation, I hope that you see the true power that you have in impacting the lives of other people by stating those 4 simple yet powerful words, I believe in you. By communicating those words, you're planting the seed of belief in those that then they have the ability to go and take for themselves. There is nothing more powerful than I can think of to share with you to say I love you, but it would be really awkward for me to tell each and every one of you that I love you. So I'm gonna tell you, I believe in you. If you could do me a favor, you guys should have received a card when you walked in. Please open that card. I believe in each and every one of you. You are uniquely positioned to do whatever it is that you are called to do. Thank you.